Hello everybody, welcome to Instantgo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I want to thank you guys so much, my new subscribers, for you guys hitting that little subscribe button helps me out so much. Watching and commenting. I love this time of year. All morning was spent like packaging up Christmas presents, and it was such a nice thing, and I was really excited. So I thought I would base today's read on special messages from your divine angels, guides, counterparts, your inner self, your highest self, what's trying to be communicated to you, because I'm experiencing this on such a major level. Each morning I used to have a ritual where I was like, I like to just kind of like laze about for an hour, go on Instagram and, have coffee. But what was happening is I would get in a kind of malaise and I would get tired again, and it would be hard to transition into work and do other things. So I started to ask my guides, I said, can you please infuse me with like some motivation to transition out of kind of like that learning mode into doing mode, because I love that, but then I'd be studying and writing and then get like a little like so right away I just heard move a muscle, change a thought. As soon as you get up, get your coffee, start walking around. And then I was just immediately guided to start watching TEDx talks, which, you guys, I cannot advise anything more for really great expansion and feeling good and lifting your vibration through the roof. There are thousands of wonderful topics that are covered, and the couple that I've been watching over the last few days, unbelievably helpful, lift my frequency vibration and made me feel great and taught me some amazing things about healing, about growth, about sustaining my well-being through just certain practices. And if you guys come over to Instagram, I'm going to start posting the 2 or 3 that I watch a day and the most helpful, because it really takes a lot. I'm a real word impact person. Like, words really have to move and shift me and do something for me to pay attention, because I was aware of this factor, but about 46% I think of our attention span starts to waver after listening to anybody. Even right now, think of listening to me. What are you doing? Are you looking around? Are you looking for things? Are you sort of like half-hearted plugged in? Because what happens is it's very hard to stay and remain listening and give people our focus. And that was one of the TED Talks I wanted to watch on, because I thought, why is it even when I'm fully enjoying something, like I love Britannica, that series is everything about the druids and it's so fantastic in Rome. But even when I'm doing that, I'll find I'm doing emails, I'll find I'm making jewelry, I'll find I'm multitasking and not looking at the screen and savoring all the magic that's going on, because we're so used to multitasking and doing an array of things that we lose our attention. And these talks really get our frequency and vibration up into, I could do that. I could really do that with ease and make a difference in my life and my well-being. One was so simple, and it was this woman, and she was utterly remarkable. And I was like crying at the beauty of this. And in a nutshell, I can explain this in 1 minute, this woman's life and how tremendous she is. She worked with Nelson Mandela. She has been all over, Dalai Lama, everywhere. Totally amazing woman. And she got going through the school system. She got pregnant in her junior year in the 60s. They made her go to this night school in the dark in a part of town nobody even wanted to go in, basically making her think her life was over and, you don't deserve to be with other normal people and you have to do this and that. And through feeling guilty and bad for this happening, and, she was kind of like, she married this person while she was still a junior. They were living, because that's just like what you did in that era within their families, kind of decreed this. So basically there she is with a young child, and she starts to develop a really bad kidney problem where one kidney completely shuts down and they have to take it out, and the other one is at very low functioning capacity, and they tell her, oh, you have a matter of months to live. So she's in the hospital, and this woman comes in, and to make a long story short, this woman just says to her, listen, you get to decide an alternate existence. The reason part of this is happening is you feel tremendously guilty. Your body shouldn't be doing this, but our body holds on to guilt and shame, and it can eat away at us. And that's exactly what's happening. So you decide, listen, you had a moment of passion and love and a spark, and you acted on it like millions and millions of people do. You just conceived a child within this, and you had everybody else making you feel bad about the type of person you are. And because of that guilt and shame, you internalized it, and you told yourself you're undeserving, you should be in pain, you should have a problem, and you developed this. How about you give yourself an alternate story, and you tell yourself you deserve to heal, you deserve to see your son graduate, you deserve to see your new baby happy and married, and start to see these things And she said slowly, she was in there for the operation. They took out the first kidney. And then she just started to do this kind of passively, not even actively, seeing herself being more deserving and forgiving herself and knowing that she wants to live and see her child thrive and grow. And she would picture him in kindergarten. She would picture him bringing him to school. She would picture herself learning and graduating. So not only did she graduate and get a doctorate and keep going, she ended up at the, an epic career of talking to world leaders and working for the United Nations and traveling and talking to people that were unbelievably instrumental in changing the way the world thinks and operates because of that process of seeing herself doing this and living it and prospering through that and healing. And the doctors had given her like so many months to live, and she literally that they said, this is like a crazy medical anomaly, but your kidney is operating like a full-on healed organ. Like we can't even explain it. And it is the power of thought that we are deserving to live and thrive and do well that was this medicine. And I just wanted to share that because it made me cry, because she ended up being this unique, phenomenal powerhouse woman in changing the world for better and talking to world leaders and not only living her life and being healthy, but thriving in an astronomical way. I was like, wow. And that is our power of thought. And I've read and viewed many other people that have healed themselves through that process of knowing guilt, because guilt and shame, they block our capacity to see ourselves in a better light and to see ourselves healing, winning, and all of that. And it also blocks creativity. So once you just remove that, because it's usually what society, it's their parameters and what they kind of inflict on us, and it doesn't have anything to do with us. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, just let it go. Anything that you think you've ever done or experienced that makes you feel bad about yourself, just let it go. It's over. You don't deserve to inflict pain on your life anymore. And I love that. And I just wanted to share that as well, because it moved me and it made my day be a different type of day today because of that. And it'll make my tomorrow a different kind of tomorrow because of that, because I'll always look for that. As soon as I start to beat myself up, oh, you could have done this better or created that or done that. It's like, no, you know what? You did what you did. You did the best with what you have where you were. Be proud of that. And usually people that they like to get a lot done, they can be even harder on themselves. So this is saying, take it easy on yourself and celebrate yourself and really, really just go out there and win. So let's see what your messages are for your individual choice. Number 1 is Divine Matrix. Number 2 is Body and Soul. And number 3 is Tender Embrace. And I'm going to pull a secondary beautiful oracle card from the gorgeous Starseed Oracle too after these. I love these. These are Colette's new oracle deck, which I really love. So let's discuss number 1. I'm going to have a sip of water. I'm going to see what's going on in the Divine Matrix. I got to tell you guys, I'm like going TED Talks crazy lately because this time of year, I needs it. On my smaller channel, if you guys watched that, you would have heard about what was going on in the post office today, and people legit freaking out, where I was like, I had to dig deep and go, all right, how are we gonna like fix the situation? And I've been in those instances before too, where the energy, people just are bitter, sour, rushed, and when people feel compressed for time, they behave differently. But if you can suggest a new frequency to them by making them laugh, things take on a different counterpart. So, a little bit of levity and humor this time of year is very helpful as well. So let's start with Divine Matrix. Right away, I feel like this, you guys, you're going to have this sense of a new beginning, innocence and spontaneity. You're ready to just go out there and understand that the Divine Matrix will constantly and consistently bring us new and inspired ideas. And your spirit guide wants you to know that, get ready for this, to receive it. And also ask. I do this too. If I feel just stumped for a moment, or I'm being an empath, I'm taking on too many energies from other people and it's weighing me down, I ask for that. I ask for clearance and some new ideas, inspiration, and a new fresh breath of air. And they usually bring it to me in a suggestion of, watch this person, laugh about this, go outside, be with this animal, and it happens. So we can ask for it, and your guides want you to know they really are. Once you make a decision, you want to be happy or directed somewhere, they are all guns a-blazing and they are happy to help you in any way. So ask. And also, if you find yourself overthinking and getting negative and bogged down, they want you to know that It's just the ego process. We're either going to be kind of enveloped into our ego that says do more, see more, get more, blah, 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 that's always talking at us. It's not difficult to change. I know this because we are creatures of habit. And it's like, I'll go on autopilot too. After a certain time, I'll just start the kettle at a certain time. I'll just do something at a certain time. It's almost, our body will physically start to do something, and our mind has to catch up because it's a subconscious implant. You did this yesterday. It didn't kill you. It was fine. You got a little reward from it. You got a boost of caffeine, whatever it is. That we have to be careful of making the mandate of what we want to do. As it was so funny, the easel, I was hitting it with my leg and it was slowly just sliding off to the side. That's so funny. I'm like, the divine matrix is, let me get this a little better situated. There we go. The divine matrix is always trying to suggest a brighter, better, higher frequency way to help us out. And oftentimes we just disregard it on our little gerbil wheel of doing the same things, right? But you're going to be able to see new signs and messages, and don't be hindered by that subconscious patterning where you just do something, because we want things that have some novelty and fun and joy and newness, right? And the way we're able to do that is to try different things, do things that challenge us, get out of our comfort zone and discover, right? We can say that we want anything. We can say, oh, I really want to win a Pulitzer or a Nobel Prize. But if we don't bust out that paper, pen, or computer and start that, whatever it is, that dialogue that gets us there, that first step, we can just hope away, right? We need to have some focus and tension. And one of the most helpful methods of that is envisioning yourself. If you want that job and you walked into a building, envision yourself sitting down at that desk that you really loved there with all your stuff there and pictures of your family and what you'd be wearing and what you'd bring for lunch at much detail as possible, because your brain doesn't know the difference between kind of reality and non-reality, and it will start to create that image in your head because it believes, oh, this is what you're destined for. This is part of your life right now anyway. So let's do this. And it's constantly moving you towards that and forward. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Yes, we sometimes start to work like we're robots, right? I got to go make this dinner. I got to wash these pots. I have to do this. I have to do that. What brings you pleasure? What brings you joy? I mean, where you have all 5 of your senses just really tapped in and you're happy and you're joyful and things have deep, rich meaning to you. I've got to screw this on tighter because it keeps shifting. Surrender to it. When you're tasting something that's so delicious, stop everything. Stop the world. Stop your brain and just focus on that. What does that tiramisu taste like? What does that delicious cinnamon coffee taste like? I do this when I'm out at the nature center. I'm like, if I get a gander of like some insanely gorgeous bird, I'm like, just stop everything. Stop your Christmas list, stop everything and stare at this and give it your wholehearted attention. That's how you drink in the absolute sweetness and pleasures of joy, is undivided attention. And as I was saying earlier, it's sad that like 46% of our attention span, 46% of the day, we're not paying attention to what we're actually looking at, tasting, talking to, listening to, or any of that. And that is crazy to me. That is almost half our day spent thinking of something else while we're doing something, even if we love it. Is that not crazy? You ever do that? You're like, you're tasting this, you start to taste this food, and then while you're eating it, you're thinking, oh, I got to clean up the dish, so I have to do this now. You stop tasting your food, you stop enjoying things because you're so far planning into the future or concerned about something. Let that all go, because you're meant to chase the sweet fruits of your rewards as well. And I'm definitely hearing that some of you guys have been really, really trying and working hard, and you've been enveloped in creative processes to give yourself a break and let the flow come to you. And you don't have to push so hard that the words are going to come, the timing is going to come, the help and your effort's going to pay off. And a lot of fairness and clarity when it comes to something. I feel like some of you might have had a misunderstanding at work or within your family, and you feel like somebody might be doubting you, either your ethics or something. And a fairness is going to come to that. I don't know why that came out so clear. Comment down below if you are having something that is making you skeptical about how somebody may view or see you or your efforts. You are going to start to be celebrated, and that's going to come through in a nice thing, just knowing that, because sometimes that can incapacitate us, even though we do awesome. You ever just have that one person that is convinced that whatever, you don't pull your weight or you don't do the right thing or whatever, and whenever you're around them, it's almost like you can't operate as your true, authentic, smooth self. It's just something, sometimes we start to act as if the way that that person perceives us, right? Inept, crazy, clumsy, whatever it is. It's very strange. So just say out loud to yourself, I'm super capable, I'm ethical, I'm strong. I don't care if this person has a misconceived notion of me. It'll all play out, and it will. Especially if there was something weird that went on at work and people, like, you missed a shift or something, you thought it was scheduled wrong. It's like, nobody is going to hold a grudge, and they'll realize, it's just, it is what it is, and you're not trying to pull the wool or get away with something. That's going to work out too. I just feel, that message is very clear coming through. Again, this is a big stage of growth for you. So anything you want to learn about how to incorporate new things in your life, how to eat better, how to have a great sense of well-being, you're going to be able to bring this on board and really keep it, implement it, and it's going to help you, and it's going to be very soothing, and it's going to help your growth process. Group 1. I love that. And that is important, because in terms of, allowing ourselves to just heal, rest, grow, learn, all of that. It's like we feel that we have all these obligations when 9 times out of 10, we don't have to do any of those things. We don't have to go to that party. We don't have to drop something off. We don't have to go get something for somebody. It's like, no, we have our time and our resources for ourselves, and we decide how we're going to allocate it. And you're going to get really, really good at that. So you can feel like you're enjoying life more, and the pleasures. You're going to take time, watch fun shows, and enjoy your food and your family and your animals, and just be really at peace with yourself. And continually ask for reminders of that. I'll get that. Like, I'll be driving in my car and I'll get under stress and my neck will start to hurt. All of a sudden, I'll just hear the funniest phrase or the craziest saying, and I'll start laughing. That happened while I was going to get Hagen today, and I wish I could remember the phrase. It'll come to me, but I burst out laughing in my car because it was so silly. And I know that those are my guides. I have very comical, crazy guides, and they're always suggesting weird ass things to me that make me laugh. Again, that's part of being able to surrender to the sweetness, because joy and comedy is part of that. Group 1. So that is you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Again, if you need anything custom from my Etsy store, I'm probably able to get everything out if you connect with me in the next 5 days. If you just see something, Mel, I love that, but I love that in rose quartz. I like this. My mother loves, whatever, amber hearts, whatever it is. It's like, I can quickly get those things out, I think, within the next 5 days, and guarantee coming in the US, especially before Christmas. So thank you guys for all your special orders and everything. I really appreciate it. And again, if you need a private read or anything else, all my links are down below. I'm still always offering my special over on Instagram too, where you can ask me 2 questions for $25, and I give you an audio read with the pictures of your cards as well. I love that because it's fast. Some people are like, hey, I'm going here, I need a little bit of advice or idea of what's going on, and I like to be able to provide you with that quick service. And thank you to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing, and sending me stuff from my wish list for Christmas. It's so sweet and thoughtful. So thanks, you guys. Beautiful. Yeah, tap into that and be like, you know what, it's time to have that Venusian energy where, things, you take pleasure out of life, for sure. Okay, you guys, now we're on to body and soul. So I love this. So this is just, wow, I want a great sense of well-being, and I feel like your guides are definitely going to help you. Listen to you'll be sensitive at times. So it's like, listen to your intuition to guide you to kind of the divine truth of this. Do you really need this thing? You're going to be able to identify what is and isn't necessary right now with these laser sharp focus. And Spirit is just asking you to step back and go, do I really need this or want this? And question your motives. Do I want this because I think it'll make my home look beautiful? Do I want this because it's an impulse buy and I'm bored? Once you're able to identify your motives, why you want to do, say, or go somewhere, any of those things, you're able to really get that fine-tooth comb and save yourself time, money, and energy, right? Identify. I hear that really closely, because now is time for you to have soulful, rich endeavors where you feel rested, where you feel like you can slow the pace and you're not out in a hurried world. Like, if you can buy online, do it. Save yourself that time. Now is a time for like letting go, new beginnings, growth, power, stability, and trusting in your natural wisdom that comes in, because your body's going to tell you what it needs big time. Guess what? If you are low on sodium or whatever, you're going to be reaching for that salt. You're going to be, if you're low on vitamins, you're going to just start to think about those neat high vitamin powders, things like that. Like, whatever is suggested to you intuitively, write that down. Start researching that. I did this the other day when I was like on Amazon. This powder kept coming in that had all like spirulina and all these green vegetables, and I thought, wow, you know what? I am feeling a little run down and I feel like I am not getting something that's necessary in my diet. And then I thought, girl, when's the last time you actually had a vegetable? Seriously, it was like quite a many days. It's like I love grapes and I love fruit, but it was like one of those things where I just knew, got this plant supplement powder. It was like $6 on Amazon. Immediately started to feel the dividends. So Spirit is going to help you in that. So ask Spirit, what might I need? Please suggest it to me and they will show you. It'll come up in the weirdest places. You'll keep seeing a commercial, keep seeing an ad, you'll keep seeing something that is special and meaningful. And that is the universe suggesting, hey, Melissa, you might need this. Hey, get the stuff to help you, and trust in it. And I also feel that love and passion is going to arrive. You have a departure of that self-doubt and heaviness or lack mentality. So passion and love is going to be coming in because your soul is constantly trying to lift your frequency and vibration to allow for this. Let's see what else we have. We have you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. Yeah, oftentimes, especially, with what's going on in COVID, people feel a little isolated. They feel a little alienated. Don't feel that way because you are plugged into the collective, and you can go online and join any chat group. People really want to connect with you. I feel like you're higher vibrational and you actually help people, and you're a great conversationalist and you're silly and you like fun things. And I feel like you're gaining this time in your life deep insights, and you're really wanting to share that. You're like, through the power of suggestion, you're really able to help people. So keep that up. You might not think that one little post on Instagram that only gets one like, people, they look through that. They take things on board. They don't necessarily pause to like or comment, but it's in there. It's in their mental agenda because they saw it. And regardless of how many things we can dismiss, when we physically and visually see something, it's in our psyche, it's in there for a moment. So all those fun little posts that you're posting are helping people. So keep it up. You're not alone, and people are remembering your name, they're remembering your sites, they're remembering the things that you are suggesting on a positive, loving note, and you're helping their frequency. So Spirit really wants you to know that. They also want you to know that there'll be some weird little temptations and seductions out there that you're able to be, when you're cognizant of the fact that that's what it is, like an easy fix, when it's like a Band-Aid, when it's whatever, you're going to be able to identify what is truly going to have meaning and a special place in your life, or what's just like, I call it an impulse buy. It can be with anything. Like it can be a tempting person trying to flirt with you, but there's something off about them. You're going to be able to plug into that dynamic very quickly and be like, oh yeah, that's not really it. That might bring a little chaos or weirdness into my life, so no thank you. And really trust in that intuitive thing. It's going to be a departure from what you're used to too, because you're going to be very disciplined and very decisive and just go, no thank you, cut off line, boundary, cut off, Control Alt Delete, because you just don't have time for nonsense now. You're just ready to get to the heart of the matter, get to, what is really what is this new insight that's trying to come in, and you're creating voids and a healthy place for it. You're ready to really participate in that arena of life in a big way by saying no to little things that make you feel smaller, dim your light. No, thank you. And you're able to discern very quickly and have that discipline to follow through and do things that lead you on your path to your dream. Like one of the talks I was watching this morning, I loved it so much. It's as simple as deciding, this would be good for me. This would be good for my well-being. And this makes me excited. Next step, all you have to do is give it your focus, give it your undivided focus and attention, and start to see yourself there. Start to see yourself walking in that park. Get yourself a cute new little winter jacket and be doing that walk, be doing that and feeling good. Release all that extra weight of first energetically, right? Because I feel like when we walk and we get that oxygen in there and we start to move, we start to release, we get that dopamine, bye-bye heaviness, bye-bye doubts, bye-bye also four walls that sometimes feel like they're going to come in on us. But you can be in those four walls, but if you're doing it in the right way that's healthy for you, good happiness, prepared, making nice meals, feeling good, singing, being with your animals. Music is so helpful. Have fun, be creative, create a little spa day for yourself. Do little funny, silly things, burn a candle, slow everything down, because the universe wants you to know you're not alone. You have all these kindred spirits. Pop online and start talking and laughing with people, and you'll feel good and bring up your vibration. But know that you do a beautiful job helping and healing other people too, group too, and keep up the good work. and body and soul, you're going to feel better and better and better. And, you know, you're a happy, healing vibration, and really remind yourself of that. So I love that energy for your group too. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read or anything else, I get your read back to you within 48 hours in a video format. I'd love for you to come over on Instagram. It's SparKrist11 and join in all the giveaways. I do jewelry, free reads, posts, tarot inspired things, anything. I'm going to start listing the TED Talks that I saw that were extraordinarily moving and powerful for me. And I just really, I've got to say, this has been such a powerful week for me, because my divine guide and spirits have brought me the words and the teachers that I need to really leave me uplifted, inspired, and feel good. Just a great sense of well-being. And it's changing how I operate in my day in a very healthy, balanced way. And that's what's coming for you as well. So beautiful energy. Thanks, you guys. Again, thank you for being subscribers and commenting and liking, and comment down below if you do feel a change. You do feel like you're directed or pulled towards something, like all of a sudden you're like, I need to have this be realized, and how can I do it? You know, it's such a wonderful feeling, right? That decision made, now you go for it. So I love that. So now you guys, we're on to number 3, which is tender embrace. Comment down below sometimes, you guys, if you see a sign and you read it incorrectly and it looked crazy. Like my glasses were off and I thought this said Tinder. And I was like, Tinder? Like, I'll do that with signs on buildings and I'll laugh because I'll just see some warped interpretation of it and be like, no, I don't think so. So right away, tender embrace. I feel like a spirit wants you to feel the love that's being enfolded and guided towards you from not only your guides, your higher frequency self, all of that, but also people that want to make you feel good about you. Reach for that. Reach for those people that inspire you, help you, make you feel good about yourself and your journey. But also, some of you guys, you do have new love coming in. This tender embrace speaks to a life companion and a soulmate as well. Deep insights coming in for this, because you're in a time of clarity and also boundary. You're going to be a boundary authoritarian. Like, I just feel like this is me. This is what I expect. This is what I would like. This is what I won't condone. This is whatever. Like, you're really standing up for yourself and what you want. And because of that, you're calling that love in. That high vibration and that high frequency you create by doing this, it starts with self-love, right? And it's not like you're not trying to do anything but heal and grow in love, and love creates more love. And it's like an echo, it's like a sonic boom to your significant other, and a lot of you are creating that and pulling that in, and you're gonna have a lot of harmony and balance in your life because of that. And Spirit wants you to know, keep up the good work, because we can always derail ourselves. You know, we can always have fear, and fear is a creativity killer. Fear is the one that stops us walking into our dreams. But really, fear of what? People are so busy with their lives that they're not monitoring every little thing we're doing. And if they do, and they do it in a negative way, seriously, F to the 10th with those people, because they're obviously doing less. If they have enough time to sit around and critique, they don't have a lot going on in their lives. So why would you even pay 1/10 millionth of any kind of attention on that? So let it all go and just be in this realm of bliss and light and love and divine truth. And you know, it's like love, passion, unions, and all of this. And no more suffering, no more misconceptions, no more chaos, no more anger, no more selfishness. All of that is just dissipating. And you're also going to be able to see into anybody's hidden agendas very easily, I feel. There's just, that's a message. I feel like some of you guys might be questioning some scenario with somebody, their intentions, and all these hidden agendas will come out and be crystal clear to you. And Spirit wants you to just ask, to say, can you make me highly aware of what's happening? Cues and clues, please present them to me. That starts to happen. I ask for this all the time in my car. Where and how I drive in the city is like, I'm a really good driver, but people drive like friggin' maniacs. And I always ask, I'm like, please make me aware of everything slightly before it happens, so I can have good reactions, because there's a lot of construction going on and they close down lanes. And what happens is when people realize that, they panic and they just swerve. They don't even care if you're in that lane, and they just will barrel. So I've been noticing this way ahead of time. So I create a lot of room for people, and I'm constantly asking Spirit for help within my car. So ask for that. I really would love a message in this. Is this person truly have my best interests at heart? And show me cues and clues. Show me that, right? It's like, I love that. because we all know that kind of like Casanova phase of, oh, I'm just so enamored of this person. People, of course, in the beginning, when they want to get what they want, will tell us what we want to hear, but you're going to be very discerning and be able to tell. And you've got the love. Oh my God, look at boundaries. That was, yes, I knew boundaries were like coming hard for you. You're going to be able to let go of that kind of, I don't even know what Hadarian energy is. I'm going to have to look that up. At first I thought it was Hadrian, like Hadrian's Wall, codependency and boundaries. Yeah, you're no longer going to be so relying on other people's opinions or how they feel about their help. You're going to have this independent streak where you're just like, here's my boundaries. I don't care. I'm not going to let you speak to me that way. It may be comical or funny to you, but it's demeaning to me, and I don't appreciate that. Please don't do that. And we don't have to get them defensive, but we're going to stand up for ourselves in a way that says we mean it, and we're not going to put up with that. Just say you constantly cook dinner for your family and they start talking, oh, this is burnt, or this is raw, this is that, and be like, you guys, that really hurts my family. That really hurts my feelings. I put a lot of time and effort in this, and you guys just seem to have complaints about it, and I can always stop. I don't need to cook. Reel yourself back. Stop. I mean, not if you have a toddler and the toddler's giving you food. You're like, toddler, you can cook this crap for yourself. You know what I mean? Teenagers, adults, whatever. Let them fend for themselves for a moment. But your boundaries are really going to be up there. Listen, I don't appreciate you speaking to me this way. I don't appreciate you just going in my closet and grabbing whatever you want. I don't appreciate you just assuming that I am going to pay for A, B, and C. Whatever it is, if you need to, and it's getting out of hand for you, speak up for it. This happens a lot of times, with extended family or family that comes to stay or whatever. They're just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to drive your car. I'm just going to do this and that. You're really going to be able to speak up and do it eloquently and get your point across. And because of that, it's like you're clearing the field of doubts and confidence of what you deserve, therefore bringing in that high frequency love, right? You've decided no more of this. It is a time of inner powers, light powers, and fearlessness. And let's take risks and let's ask for this because we know we deserve it, therefore bringing it in. And like all of these beautiful things I've been watching on the TED Talks, it's like I love this one woman today. She was this great Scottish speaker talking about just being yourself. That's it, and your unfiltered, unadulterated self. That's not saying being rude or being an a-hole. It's just asking for what you want, because oftentimes resentment builds because we just accept these kind of like proverbial SHIT sandwiches that people hand us, and we're like, no, thank you. I prefer some pate to this. You know what I mean? Because people will. It was like they'll put themselves first and go, oh, here's my leftover, here's my garbage, here's whatever, here's my inattention while I'm looking at my phone and pretending to listen to you, all of that. When you're like, listen, when you have time to fully listen to me and not be looking at your phone, we'll get back to this. Really, really, you're going to notice these things, because what we're saying is we're teaching other people how to treat us, and we're saying your inattention or your half-hearted attempts are just fine. I'll take those crumbs. They'll keep doing that, right? So you're going, no. Let's take a gander at this, right? How would you feel if I, A, B, and C, right? And I feel like you're going to feel much more filled, because this is a beautiful communication phase for you, and Spirit is going to help you find the words you need to ask for what you want, to be able to provide you with the peace of mind and access to whatever that you need, right? You are not going to settle. You're like, no, thank you. This is about fairness, clarity, change, and releasing any of those things that cause that. I feel like blockages are going to disappear, and you're going to have this beautiful kind of like soothing era where things are now coming to you because you're asking, and you're not doubting, and you're not having fear, and you're not accepting crumbs, and you're just like, you're just awash with good feelings for yourself and knowing that you're deserving, and it's not about the squeaky wheel, and it's not about bitching or kvetching, because guess what? Once we do that, the other person shuts down and becomes defensive. Once we start bitching and say, you never take out the garbage, you always do this, nobody's listening anymore. They're already defensive. So, I feel like you don't really care about what I'm saying. That is much different than you never listen. So your words are going to come with ease, but they're going to make an impact in a different way, and you're going to have the change that you're seeking, which I love. Also, if you need to, watch videos on that, on communication, because sometimes we act in anger, and that's when the crazy phrases and words come out that make no sense, right? And our spouse or our children or whatever are like, what? No, that doesn't. Yeah, this is speaking with conviction, but also clarity, and not accusatory and not childish, right? much, much different, but you are going to feel empowered and make the change that you need in your life and bring in the love as well. So I'm loving that for you, group 3. Beautiful energy. Okay, you guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read or anything else. I get back to you within 48 hours. Thank you, all your subscribers and commenters. And I would love for you guys to comment. Do you feel that? Do you feel that you now have the capabilities and want to express yourself in a certain way? Like it's really been bubbling under the surface and you really need to do it? Give yourself that permission because you deserve it. So love and light, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.